10 years ago, God laid it on my heart that He wanted me to help Him create a home where women would feel loved and that they would be able to create better tomorrows for their families and just be able to choose life during their difficult situations. I started on a journey of learning about maternity homes at that time. I'm an obstetrician gynecologist. Maternity homes at that time were just starting to make a resurgence, so I really didn't know a lot about them. I initially started working with Catholic Charities, who had one down in Beech Grove, and learned a lot during that time. Just hit a couple of roadblocks, and so at that point God just laid it on my heart to start a new not-for-profit, and so we created So Big because we knew that the plans that God had for this movement were so big we couldn't even imagine. First thing we knew we wanted to do was to open a maternity home, and we decided on naming it the Mountain House because we knew that God would move mountains to reach these women and children that are in need. That process took quite a while just to establish our bylaws and form a board and do all of those things, and eventually we started looking for a location, and about 3 years ago we were connected with New Hope Christian Church, and they had been using this home. It had previously been owned by a family that had gone to New Hope, and they had started with the Rainbow Valley Children's Home, and it had fostered 350 children during their last 20 years of their lives. And when they passed away, New Hope bought the home and had been using it for missionaries, but then it had gone into disuse, and so they were trying to decide what they wanted to use with it. So God connected us, and we just knew this was the place we wanted to be. It needed quite a bit of work, and so God used that opportunity to just draw the community in. We did some remodeling, just made it more handicap accessible, and then just got rid of mold and asbestos, new flooring, new carpet. Through that process, I was connected with B Windows as recently as you know. You all put in just a beautiful set of windows for us, so we can talk about that a little later. So about a year ago, we were ready and opened our doors, and we have had the opportunity to serve about 10 pregnant moms, 4 children, and 2 babies. So it's just been wonderful. We're currently full for the first time since we opened. We have 4 beautiful women living here and 2 children and a baby. So we opened the doors here March 1st of last year. So women can come at any point during their pregnancy, and they can stay for a year after the baby's born. And so we are a Christ-centered maternity home, and so once they move in, we get them plugged in with a church of their choice. New Hope has been very supportive of us. A lot of the women will go over to Traders Point. One of our newer residents is going to be attending New Life as well down in the Traders Point area. So we're connecting with the churches that way. We ask the women to be employed while they're here. So the businesses around here have been very supportive. Goodwill has hired several of our women, and Meyer's been very supportive as well. And so right now we have 1 woman working at Meyer, and then the Boone Elementary has been very supportive too. So we have our little 6-year-old is going there to school, and then her mom also works for the school system. The community has really come around us in that way too. Once they come in, we help them get connected with different social services, and so Boone County WIC has been very supportive. Boone County Foundation has been helping us connect with different organizations. We do have an annual fundraising event. That's on October 3rd this year. We do that at the Cardinal Room over at Golf Club of Indiana. Have a comedian, we have a silent auction and a little bit of a live auction and dinner. And that's just a fun event for about 300 people is our capacity for that. Have different service projects that people can come and participate on. Usually that's just contacting us through our website just to kind of see what we're all about here. And then little things pop up, like Lebanon American Legion did a motorcycle ride for us last year, and they plan on doing another one for us this year. And there was a golf tournament that was done in our honor last year, and I think they are looking at doing it again for us this year too. A lot of times people ask how women get connected. We have connected with life centers in all their different locations, and also the Women's Care Center, so they tend to see women early on in their pregnancy when they're making choices. So we're an opportunity for them to be able to refer to us and have a chance to feel like they can breathe. Last summer I had a woman who was in the last couple months of her pregnancy and had lost her job because of some complications during her pregnancy and had to be off work. Because of that, she couldn't pay her rent, and so was without a place to live. So then when she came to live with us, she just felt like she could finally take a breath. She also had another child in addition to her baby, and so just being able to help people in situations like that is important. everything we're doing. So we also connect with the different hospitals and their social workers, and so just I've connected with Nurse Family Partnership, and so we get a number of different referrals through people like that. We named this so big because we want to be more than just the mountain house. So we are looking eventually, once this gets up and going, to look at another location for another maternity home. We'd also like to look at a downtown shelter, which would be more short-term than what we offer here, kind of expanding our educational services. So one of the things that I'm very excited about that we've just started here is a program called Transformed. It's classes for the women curriculum that's been developed by the Wheeler Mission Women and Children Center. Their director, a social worker, put this together. And it helps women with life skills in terms of conflict resolution, self-awareness, communication skills, just knowing, discovering more of who God created them to be. We want to continue that and then hopefully expand it to other people that aren't living in our home too. It was absolutely wonderful. So we're so grateful for everything that B Window has done here. We were connected through Myra Lagoas, who's just a big supporter of us here, and she is friends with Pam's daughter. I reached out to Pam and just told her we were in need of some windows. She had also mentioned to Myra that she would love to get involved. She loved what we were all about here. And so we connected, and then just over the last year, she has been working and checking with different vendors and was able to find a vendor that could offer us a significantly reduced price, which was wonderful. And then the window then took care of the labor costs. Just been a tremendous gift. The windows in the sunroom have been completely replaced, which just allows us to use this room. So before, we couldn't even open the windows to enjoy them during the spring or fall, and so the women love being out here. It's just a great place for kids to be, and so a wonderful addition to being able to use this house. The attic, all the windows had not been replaced up there, and it was letting in a lot of cold air and letting out a lot of cool air in the summertime, and so have those replaced, we already noticed a difference just in maintaining the temperature of the house, so that's been great. And then a few windows downstairs were replaced as well that were falling apart, and then our new front door, Pam just said she noticed that the front door was not very aesthetic. She offered to replace our front door as well, and that has just given a wonderful appearance to the outside of the house. Makes it very welcoming. Everyone has been wonderful in terms of coming and working. So Jim came and did measurements, it's great, and then the crew that came were very respectful of the women and the staff that were here, and just very courteous, understanding what this house is all about. And so they cleaned up, we didn't have to do anything. They were very efficient, and it was just really nice to have them here. It was easy. Oh, absolutely, yes.